Hiya, my name's Dan Fitzgerald. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to tell you about my social business, RecRock. RecRock is a social enterprise based in South Wales. We run creative workshops for people who are out of work and for young people. This is often done through music, where we often run art, writing and any other fun projects. We want to give people the opportunity to make friends, build confidence and engage with music. As a professional guitarist, I play in 4 bands. The Pandas,
Working 9 to 5,
which is soul and funk covers.
barely gets it by. It's all
Bandioki, this is karaoke with a live band. We can play over 250 songs and audience members can get up and sing on stage with us. Slip Disco, this is a 9-piece disco covers band.
I'm coming on, coming, ooh,
And Maddie, original art pop.
from the beginning to the end, from where we started to the
We play at festivals, weddings, corporate events and anywhere else people need music. I probably used to do about 80 gigs a year before the virus. So yeah, that's me. I'm 32 years old. But how did I end up doing all this?
you never meant it.
So I picked up the guitar when I was about 12 years old. My dad, who was a big fan of music, bought it for me. I didn't really have much interest in music at the time, but quickly became obsessed with all the famous bands out there, particularly anything with guitars in. I used to do a paper round, and the £6 I used to get from doing the paper round each week, I used to go to town and buy a CD and then listen to that religiously on my paper round every single week. And I still think that's probably the best job I've ever had, doing the paper round. I went to Crosskeys College when I was 16 to study music, and then went to Colchester University in Essex to again study popular music. When I got back from university, I really wanted to be a guitar teacher and play in different bands. So I formed a covers band called Maddie and the Pandas. We're now called just the Pandas. I met my girlfriend Maddie through the band, and we're still together 10 years later. So when all this was going on, I was signing on at the job centre, and after trying to promote myself as a guitar teacher and get the bands going, I was still unemployed technically. In hindsight, I could have done a little bit more to promote myself. I was put on a work placement in a community centre in Newport. When I was there, I learned about how different projects can engage people who are not in work in order to build skills and confidence and improve wellbeing. I was involved in a computer recycling project where people built a computer from scratch and learned how to use it. I also learned about graphic design and went on all the courses for health and safety and volunteer management. RecRock started in 2012 with my friend Jack Cooper. We were childhood friends and both really passionate about music. I was starting to do a bit better with the bands I was playing in, and I still had a few guitar students. Through mutual friends, I met the owner of Welsh Ice, Gareth. Welsh Ice is a business startup centre in Caerphilly. He was really passionate about the ideas I had initially about running workshops in the community to build confidence. Obviously, I had little to no business knowledge, so I got all the help I could in Welsh Ice in terms of advice on accounting, funding, business structure, anything and everything really to do with business because I had absolutely no idea. Welsh Ice is a really collaborative place, so we would often be working with other businesses in the park. After much deliberation, we decided to become a social enterprise. This means we're a not-for-profit company and no financial bonuses can be given to directors. The company structure means we are quite attractive to funders, and as South Wales is one of the most deprived places in Europe, when we were setting up the company there was a fair bit of funding for us, which we were successful with, to start running the project. This money was often from the EU. We were successful with a grant of £50,000 to purchase lots of equipment, a van, musical instruments, recording gear, computers and iPads, as well as lots of other stuff like a stage and lights and things like that. We also got a professional company to create the branding and the logo for the company. Since then, we have run hundreds of workshops and worked all over South Wales with mental health organisations, the Job Centre, Prince's Trust, schools, local communities, various charities, housing associations. So if anyone wanted a fun, creative company to come in and engage with them, we've generally not been far away. Some of my favourite projects were when we got a bunch of young people to play in the Moon in Cardiff and Club River Bach, as well as Newbridge Memo, Wales Millennium Centre, you name it, we've been there. In 2015, I won Social Entrepreneur of the Year. I'm a firm believer that music and creativity is a brilliant way to build confidence and skills in individuals. Our workshops are designed to bring out the best in people, encourage collaboration and teamwork. Each and every project we do is different. We released an album of original material in 2019. It's called Chapters because each person contributed their own chapter to the book. We put on a one-day arts festival and loads of gigs. I organised all the entertainment for Big Cheese and Caerphilly one year. We've made a couple of short films, even a horror film. Every day is different, which keeps things fresh and exciting. Of course, like many businesses, we've had to adapt to the coronavirus restrictions. We have been running many workshops over Zoom. We were part of the Kutch Online Festival as part of Mental Health Awareness Week, and we hosted an online open mic as part of Green Ribbon Arts Festival. We have a number of Christmas concerts planned, of course, all online. A couple of weeks ago, our regular music group had a socially distant meetup. I really enjoyed the connection with people. It was really nice to see people together, but we still have to be really careful. We've even found a way to do a socially distant bandioki.
Oh, don't stop me now if you wanna have a good time. Just give me a call. Don't stop me now, I'm having a good time. Just do not stop me, cause I'm having a good time. Don't wanna stop at all.
While we're all awaiting a vaccine, we still have plans to run sessions online, with long-term view to being back to running sessions in person in the future. We have recently been successful with a funding application from the lottery to run a project called My Creative Brain. In this project we will interview a variety of creative professionals, artists, comedians, musicians, writers, dancers, and ask them about how they started their careers, what tips do they have for anyone who wants to be involved in the creative industries. The talk will be streamed on Facebook and YouTube, free for anyone to watch. We will talk to the creative people about things they've done to help with their wellbeing over lockdown. The guest tutor will provide a creative activity for people to follow at home and give feedback on the work created at the end of the week. There will also be a focus on mental health with videos created to help improve people's mental wellbeing. We have a few funded applications in which we are really hopeful for. One for an online music festival for young people, so that young people can come into a COVID-safe studio, record their songs and then stream it out. As well as this, we have applications in to run online courses in music, art and creative writing. If these are successful, it would allow us to engage with people through this difficult time and increase wellbeing in participants. As well as this, give people something to do while they're at home, potentially self-isolating. In many ways, this focus on remote working has allowed us to reach people who perhaps might not attend a workshop in person due to mobility issues, childcare, or perhaps they might not even be confident enough to come into a room with other people. Of course it's been difficult, but in many ways it's been a really exciting time. I think we're doing everything to adapt to the situation. I think in some ways there has actually been some positives to come out of this. I think the thing I've missed the most is playing on stage and sharing the joy of making music with everyone. Let's hope in 2021 things can get a bit more back to normal. Thanks for listening to my story. I hope it's given you insight into what it's like to start a business and how simply having an idea that benefits the community can take you a long way. And you can really achieve what you want if you put your mind to it.